Now I'm going to go into setting up the ExactApply system, setting up the nozzle body, the turrets, and going through the different pulsating modes as well. So to go into your different pulsating modes, you go main menu, lower right corner, booms and nozzles. When you're in your booms and nozzles, this will bring up your whole main booms and nozzles section. Select your ExactApply configuration. And now here, you'll see right now, currently we have a 4 and a 4, and that's what we have on the tips right now. If you go into manual setup, this will bring up our turret. Like we discussed in our video, you'll notice that now we have an A, our 1, 2, and 3 were all of our short nozzles. So A's on the front, number 1's the short one, and then B's on the back. And you can see that there is a solid line basically from the B to the nozzle number 4. So we're in A only mode right now, 1 on the front and B on the back. In this mode, it gives us the ability to pulsate A only, pulsate B only, or pulsate a combined A plus B. When you switch through those modes, you'll notice the green lines or green tubes, you could call them, on the turrets themselves will illuminate, saying that that mode's on. So if we go back to B only, A is gray, B is green. A only, A is green. Another thing we discussed when we were going through the nozzle body itself is how to do an A-B combined. As you remember, nozzles 4, 5, and 6 are all tall turrets, the taller nozzle bodies on the turrets. If we rotate it to 6 on the front, you'll notice that now it defaulted to a combined A plus B. We cannot change anything. When you do the A plus B, you're going to spray out of both A and B out of your front nozzle body. You can also, when you're doing this, that's where you're going to get your pulsing at your 30 hertz if you want to pulsate at 30 hertz. We're going to move it back to 1 up front and 4 in the back, because that's how we have our nozzles currently set up. Valve pulsing mode is set to auto. Your only options are auto, fixed, and off. The fixed mode is something that we really don't see any use for in normal day-to-day operations. Where you're going to see some utilization out of the fixed mode is for troubleshooting. Say the sun's glaring, you can't see the nozzles that well, you can go into here and change it down to a lower duty cycle. This percent of flow basically is changing your duty cycle. So you can go from 100% down to pretty well close to 0. It's as you go up, your duty cycle will change. This is not something that I would suggest utilizing in field operation, only utilizing it when you're doing some troubleshooting. So now we'll go change it back to auto, because that's what we're focusing on today, is the auto pulsing mode. We are set to A only currently. As you can tell, our front nozzle body is lit up, where your rear nozzle is somewhat grayed out. Going out of that, we also have our target pressures. As we discussed before, we can set multiple pressures. Sometimes you may want a higher head pressure than other times. So say, for example, you're opening the field. You wanted a lower head pressure as you're opening the field. You can select pressure setting 1. That's going to give you 40 psi of boom pressure, thus more than likely going to create a little bit larger droplet size. You open that field up, you get your ends done. You want a little finer droplet size, then you can go ahead and crank it up to your number 2 pressure setting. You're going to have 60 pounds of pressure now in that boom. You can change it on the go as pleased. Or you can also toggle through it on the armrest, which I'll go through some of them buttons here in a little bit as well. So going back into our normal spray mode. So we are set currently for A only. As you can tell on our screen, we have A. We're set to our second pressure setting there. So as we're spraying, what I'm going to show you is how you can toggle between the two of them. One of the ways a lot of people use the A only and the B only is to maybe run A only with a different tip on it to do your boundaries, opening the fields up. When you get that border, that boundary kind of sprayed, then you might want to use a different tip that could drift a little bit more, but since you did your boundaries with the A only, now we can flip back over. So, for example, right now I'm going to turn the machine on and we're going to spray out of A only. So now you're seeing A only. Now if you look over at your keypad, you'll notice that the A light is lit up. Now if we want to switch to B only, you can simply press B. It's going to change both the light on your armrest, on your keypad, as well as on your display. You'll notice it'll change to B. Press A, it will flip back to A. Now if you want to go to a combined A plus B, we discussed that earlier. If you want to go to an A plus B combined, simply press and hold the one that is not lit up for approximately 10 seconds, let it go, and it'll go to a combined A plus B. And now we're spraying out of the A and the B nozzle. If you want to toggle between your preset pressures, the group of 4 buttons that's on your armrest, you'll notice that the top left one is lit up. If you press that button once, it'll go to your number 1 pressure setting in this instance. I press it again, it'll bump it over to our number 2 pressure setting. If you want to change them, you can simply press the plus or minus. It will change the preset pressure setting and save it at that mode. If you click it to pressure 1 and you want to change that, do the same and it will save it there too. If you're spraying out of AB, want to go basically straight back to A, simply press your A on your armrest, it'll go to A, toggle back and forth between A and B just like what we did before.